Hi, peeps. I'm Auriel Grace, and this is a spirit show. And tonight, we're talking crystals, gems, and minerals. It's going to be a fun show. so, um, before we start, I would like to ask everybody to go over to my website, net, and sign up for my monthly newsletter. The monthly newsletter just went out this past week. Yeah, it did. So check that out. And hey, mom. And I put in, I do like nice advice. And then I also put in what the specials are going to be for the month. So special this week is $50 Friday. And it's $50 for 45 minutes of intuitive readings and energy session. So you can email me or text me to book your session. All right. And if you just go to the website, there's a place for you to send me an email. Okay. So tonight we're talking about gems and minerals. And they are actually what we're talking about are the June birthstones. Plus, we're going to be talking about the extra one, labradorite, because a lot of people mix up moonstone and labradorite. So we're going to look at some labradorite specimens and moonstone. So you can tell the difference when you go to gem and mineral shows. And I encourage everyone to go to gem and mineral shows. The reason why is because if you're going to a club show, so like there's a difference between like a gem and mineral show put on a big production, and then there's the club shows. The club shows are actually the better shows to go to. Sometimes they're the smaller ones, just depends on where you live. The club shows are better because they actually are running workshops during the show. So you can learn about different things about gems and minerals. And those are the best ones to go to. Plus, most likely, you're going to meet the people that actually dug up those gems and minerals on the table. They can tell you where they came from, what they are, and they can tell you exactly, they can answer all of your questions. And so if you can go to a club show, a club gem and mineral show, that would be really great. That way you're going to see stuff that they've actually dug up, which is cool. And it's fun to ask them questions. They want you to ask them questions. So don't be afraid to ask questions, okay, when you go to a gem and mineral show. I just went to one on Saturday that wasn't very far from here. It wasn't a club show, but it was a nice show, and it was outside, and there was a breeze, and it was really cool. And all of the gem and mineral people there were very helpful. They were telling everybody all about it. And so check it out, okay? Check your area out and see where all you have to do is go on Google, ask Siri, whatever, and see where the next gem and mineral show is, because right now is the season to really go out and check out the shows. All right. Okay. So the first gem that we're going to talk about, Alexandrite. And I still haven't gotten a raw specimen of Alexandrite yet because they're really expensive. And you should, if you're going to get specimens of Alexandrite, you actually should talk to a specialist to make you are getting Alexandrite, because there are a lot of labs that are making Alexandrite, and there are a lot of people that try to pass stuff off as Alexandrite, and it is sold. They weigh Alexandrite out, and it only comes from Russia. Okay, so I'm going to show you a picture. I found a great picture of raw Alexandrite. It is right here. There we go. So that's what it looks like. when it in its natural form. This is what it looks like after it's been cleaned up when it comes out of the mine, Alexandra. Okay, got this great picture. There's a great blog. It's called gemshop.jewelry/blog, Alexandrite. And I'll have this link in the show notes tomorrow. I'll be sharing them around social media so you can check out this. You can check this blog. It is great. It's a great blog. And so Alexandrite, I've talked about it before. I think I talked about it last year, but I found some new stuff that I thought I would share with you. And so it's called the Emerald by Day, Ruby by Night. All right. It's a really romantic stone. And Alexandrite is a unique color changing stone discovered by Niels Gustav. He was the first one to formally publish a scientific description of this color changing stone. It is a chrysoberyl. So, and it is called Alexandrite. So if you have, let me see, I'll show you the book in just a second. So if you have a general book, check it out. See if there's a picture of Alexandrite in there. I have some more pictures to show you. But on the Mohs, or how hard it is, okay, from 0, which is talcum powder, to 10, which is diamond, on the Mohs, it's an 8.5. So it's pretty hard, but it's brittle. So you're going to have to be careful with it. If you have it as a ring or a pin or something, make sure it goes back in the box so that it doesn't get hurt, okay? It is a rare stone. As I said before, it comes from Russia. So that's the only place it comes from. And Russia is pretty cool about distributing their gemstones. They have vaults. And so they only distribute so many gemstones per year. And it's good. So that way you know, one, where it came from, when it was mined, and where it was mined. So you want something like that. But really contact a specialist if you want Alexandrite. So I'm going to show you this next thing. This is Alexandrite. This is why they call it a multicolored stone. Like it can be, in the daylight, it's an emerald. In the evening on light, it is a ruby. And in mixed light, it is both. Isn't that cool? So the chakras that it's connected to are the heart and the root chakra. Alexandrite can help with connecting to your inner voice, inspired where to seek joy in everyday life. Okay, so in Russia, because it comes from Russia, so I wanted to talk about this a little bit. In Russia, it's the royal stone of Russia, the Tsar's gemstone. Legend holds that the stone was discovered on the future Tsar Alexander's birthday and named for his honor. So it's imperial colors. The red and green hues match the military colors of the Imperial Russia. It became an exclusive symbol of prestige, luck, and power among the Russian aristocracy. And you can check this out. You can check out more information on it. Like I said, you can go to gemshop.jewelry/blog/Alexandrite. And I'll put that link in the show notes tomorrow so you can check it out because there's some other good stuff in there. Okay, so hold on, there we go. Yeah. And so if you're looking at Alexandrite, if you're going to the gem shows, a lot of times they'll have a room where they have all their phosphorescent and fluorescent stones. And you can go in there and they have black light. Hey, Josephine. And so they usually have like fluorescent or black light. And so you could go through the room and check out the stones that they have discovered. And sometimes they do have Alexandrite. If you can go to the gem show in Arizona in at the end of January and through February, oh my God, you will see specimens of Alexandrite. That's how I know how much they cost. Ugh, it's scary, but yeah, one day I want to get a raw piece of Alexandrite. So it is a beautiful stone, and so I encourage you, if you can go to a gem and mineral show, go and see if they have Alexandrite there, so you can see it in person. Okay, it is a really pretty person. All right, so now we're going to talk about pearls, because pearls is the next mineral stone from for June. It's the birth. It's one of the birthstones. I'm wearing my fancy pearls right now, and these pearls are. Oops. These pearls are not cultured pearls. They are freshwater pearls, and I'm gonna. Let me take this off. Here we go, so you can see them better. So they're 10 millimeter pearls, and see how they're luminous. You want your pearls to be luminous. If they aren't luminous like this, they are not pearls. Okay, so I'm gonna set these down. I've got another. So these are. Oops. Stay. I have everything over here. So, and these are pearls. These are freshwater pearls. Freshwater pearls come from China, and that's where these pearls came from, China. So, pearls have different grades. Like this is a B grade. And you can tell the grades by how luminous they are. If they are luminous and they're not flaking, they're a B. This is a B. Oops, bring it over like that. And I have pictures of them, which will be better, but I thought maybe showing them to you would be good. I'm going to put these guys over here for a second. I'll show you the pictures of them. You'll get a better idea. Let's see. Let's go here. All right. Here we go. Pearl. There they are. And you can tell, okay, so you can tell by this picture, I did not use light or anything. I just set them on my stool and took pictures of them because I didn't want any filters or anything on them. So you can tell these are B pearls by the how luminous they are. Cheap pearls, cheap freshwater pearls oftentimes will flake. These are not flaky at all. All right. And you want to, with pearls, because on the Mo's, they're like a 2.5. So with your pearls, you're going to want to put them somewhere nice. Like you're not going to want to, you're going to want to put them in a soft place so they don't get scratched. You don't want scratched pearls. You want them to stay pretty and luminous. All right. So here's some cool things about pearls. This is from the Greeks and the Romans. So this is the myth. Pearls are described as the tears of joy shed by the goddess of love, Aphrodite or Venus. The story is that Venus emerged from the sea foam. Both cultures, both Greek and Roman, viewed pearls as emblems of beauty, love, and marital harmony. Okay, so pearls, in this picture, these are freshwater pearls. They're grown in farms in China. All right. Natural color pearls are white, cream, yellow, green, blue, gray, purple, brown, and black. Now, I know that there are a lot of dyed pearls out there. A lot of people like the colorful pearls, right? Make sure when you go to buy pearls, like bring a little cloth with you, a soft cloth, and rub that pearl. And if the color comes off, then you know that it's a dyed pearl. Don't wear them when you take a shower or body turn that color, okay? So take a little soft cloth with you and just rub it very, very gently, and the dye will come off, and you'll be able to tell if it's dyed or not. All right, so pearls come from Australia, Fiji, Indonesia, Japan, the Persian Gulf, Tahiti, those are saltwater pearls, and China, which are freshwater pearls. Cultured pearls are pearls from oysters. Okay, they're cultured and very rare. If you want cultured pearls, again, you have to connect with a specialist because they're rare and they're very expensive. So if you have cultured pearls from like your great grand or your great great grand or your mom or whatever, save those pearls. Okay, because they're very, very expensive. Freshwater pearls are not. And then some people will say, "Oh yeah, this is a cultured pearl because like, the freshwater pearl is nice and round and pretty." But you can tell because a cultured pearl will not have like it'll be smooth, and it also has more luminosity to it. Um, a freshwater pearl, like my pearls, they're not all the same. This is one of the reasons why I like freshwater pearls is because they're not all the same, even though you know, it looks like it. And they have like little ridges on them. So that's how you can tell them apart. All right. Okay. So I'm going to talk about Venus for a second because she's connected with pearls. And we're going to be going, Venus is going into Leo pretty soon, which is what? Awesome. So this is the top of my Venus box. All right. And I'm going to show you my Venus box. So remember what this looks like, okay? Okay. So we're going to go like this and then come up like this. All right. So I like talking about mythology and I love the goddess. I love the stories, all the different stories of the goddesses. And a lot of people ask me about, like, well, I want to bring in love and prosperity and beauty into my life. Okay. So a long time ago in Naperville, we had this awesome workshop and we created Venus boxes. My Venus box. It didn't start out like this, but it has. I work on this box every once in a while. I get inspired and I add more stuff to my Venus box. And this is what it looks like on top. I wanted to honor Venus and her birth, so I found a bunch of really cool shells and I hot glued them to the top. And there is a gold heart up here. I found this gold heart charm and I was like, oh yeah, Venus needs that. So I put it on there. And I have added to it over the years. I've had this box for like probably, I don't know, like 10 years. Let's see. Yeah, about 10 years. Inside the Venus box, and I have a picture of this too so you can see it clearly, is a mirror. And I have stuff in there, and I'm going to show it to you. The reason why you have the mirror on the inside of the box is because you're going to put, there it is. All right, so this is the inside of my Venus box. Venus is the goddess of love, beauty, art, all that other good fun stuff, right? So in her box is the mirror. The mirror, what it does is it reflects out. It reflects out and back what you're intending for. So I work a lot with gemstones and stuff. I like doing it. So I have rose quartz in there, selenite, citrine, and quartz crystal in my box. The rose quartz for what? Love. Citrine for prosperity and abundance. Selenite to stay clear. Quartz crystal for amplification. Okay. So that is what is inside the box. You don't have to open the box. you can keep the box closed. The mirror, what it does is it just keeps reflecting it, right? It keeps reflecting the intention. So some people, what they do for their Venus boxes is they will write a little note in the box and they put it in there. And again, the mirror amplifies their intention. So something for you to think about. We did this, we did it about 10 years. And like I said, it's taken me a while to get my box to look the way it does. Don't sit there and go, I just want to do this and get it over with. No, really think about what you want, your Venus box to represent and what you want to create from the Venus box. So um, my box has um, shells, it has charms, it has crystals, it has glass. I painted it. I did all kinds of stuff to it. I haven't done anything with it for a little while because I'm pleased with what it looks like right now and how I feel. I keep it on my altar most of the time with the rest of the goddesses that are on my altar, and that box represents Venus and Aphrodite. So it's you to decide if you want to create a Venus box or not. But remember that Venus is connected to the ocean. She's connected to the world. And so think about it. Just think about it. Okay. All right. So, okay. So let me go over here because I saw, all right. Nobody has questions. If you have questions, I'm going to be going back and forth. If I don't answer right away, just know that I'm going back and forth because I have images for you and I want to show you the images. So that when you do go to look for things, you know what you're looking at, right? Because I've been to gym shows where I was looking for like this one, it was hilarious. I was just looking for little amethysts and I was going to put them in like these little bags with other stones. I was going to give them away for a workshop. And I happened to be at the gym show, and I walked up to this one booth. And I'm like, oh, this is all purple fluorite. I'm looking for amethyst. He goes, oh no, this is amethyst. And I looked at him and I go, you're trying to tell me this is amethyst? And he was so convincing. He was just like, I'm just like, dude, this is purple fluorite. You need to know what you're selling, okay? So I just want to make sure, like, you guys know what you're looking at and what you're going to buy, okay? All right. So the next thing we're talking about is moonstones. Okay. So I have my moonstone ring. This is my moonstone ring. I have a big image of it. I'm going to put up. There it is. There it is. So that's my moonstone ring. It's big. I love it. Kendra, the astrology lady that comes on to do the show, she actually took the moonstones out in this pendant thing, and it just the pendant thing kind of covered up the moonstone. And I sent it up to her and I said, can you make this ring? And she did. So, but that's what my moonstone looks like. And it is different from labradorite. Okay. So moonstones, according to Asian folklore, Asians believed a living spirit resided inside the stone and they would take the moonstones and hang them from fruit trees to ensure an abundant harvest. It's also known as a traveler's stone because of its lunar association. It was frequently carried by travelers at night, especially sailors, for protection and safe navigation. All right, so moonstone is an ethereal gemstone renowned for its billowy, because look at it, it looks soft, right? It looks billowy and soft and opalescent, and it glows. So Mine, I know my moonstone glows because I wear it a lot. I wear it all the time. And when I take it out into the sun, holy cow, it's so pretty. So, um, and glow is from all of the different layers of the mineral. Okay, because it's like kyanite, so it's layered, and that's what creates the glow. So across millennia, cultures worldwide have associated this stone with lunar magic and sacred feminine and divine protection because it's fancy. It kind of looks like an angel stone or something, huh? Okay, so moonstones come in white, cream, yellow, and that's their base with white, blue, gold, or gray sheen. So it'll have a base of white and then it's layered with the different colors. Okay. And so um, the geography for this or the locations for this is Australia, India, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, and United States. This moonstone, I believe it came from Sri Lanka. Okay, so if you look at my moonstone carefully, you might see some little nicks in it. And that's because sometimes I forget to take it off when I do dishes. And so I have to take, whenever I clean my house, do dishes or anything like that, I always take my ring off. It has a special place that it goes to. And I put it there so that it won't get hurt. Okay. So even though on the Mo's, remember Mo's is talcum powder 0, diamond 10. On the Mo's, it's a 6.5. All right. Make sure to just be careful with it because it is, even though it may feel strong and hard and everything, it's still nicked, especially if you're doing dishes and it's a ring. So take it off if you're doing housework, okay? You don't want it to get nicked. All right. So let's pull that down. So that was a moonstone. It's pretty, huh? Yeah. Hey, Iris. Doot, doot. Yeah, you have a moonstone, Mom. Yeah. So, hey, Mary, Mary, Bowberry, Banana, Fana, Fairy. All right. So that is moonstone, and I think it's really cool that um, we're going to talk about labradorite, but moonstone and labradorite is oftentimes um, it is oftentimes people will mistake them for each other. This is a piece of labradorite. See how pretty it is? It's luminescent like the moonstones, right? It's really pretty. Um, this is also a piece of labradorite. Oops, stay there. Um, this is a golden sheen labradorite. So it has like that goldy color sheen in it. In the sunlight, it looks really pretty. Okay. And then this is a piece of labradorite that has been carved. Miss sent to me for Christmas. So this is a piece of labradorite that's been carved. This is the front. And then there's the so these are labradorite. I have another picture when I was at the gem show. I saw these labradorites. I was like, holy cow, these are like so pretty. So they have that luminosity or that luminescence going on that reminds us of moonstone. But labradorite is normally a little darker iridescence. And there is a variety of labradorite. It is called spectral light. And spectral light has like it's like smaller pieces. It's very fine, and it's usually it is iridescent, but it has a gray base. So you'll know that it's spectral light because it's kind of grayish blue. It's very fine. It's very light. So Let me show you the big pieces of labradorite. I took the picture of them. That one's it. Yep, there they are. So I went to the gym show. I met a cool vendor who let me take pictures of his labradorite. You can see this bottom one right here. That's the golden sheen labradorite. Okay, because it has gold sheen on it, and the only thing that's going on here is sun. That's it. He was under a tent, so I tried to get the best, best picture I could of it. And so we have the golden sheen one, which is right front, and then we have a blue green one. We have another one that's kind of goldish orange looking. And so I wanted you to see that there are different shades of labradorite. So when you go to check them out, you already know. They're like, oh yeah, I've seen this before. Okay. Okay. So remember that the color is dull blue green with a mostly iridescent blue sheen when turned in the orange, green, violet, rainbow iridescence is found in its specimens. And those specimens are called, that's what I was just talking about, spectral light. Okay, so labradorite comes from Canada, Finland, Mexico, Norway, Russia, and the United States. On the Moes, this is a 6 to 6.5. So if you have a labradorite spear, you want to make sure that kitty cats can't get to it and knock it around on the floor, okay? Because some of us might have a kitty cat and they might think your labradorite spear is really cool and want to play with it, that's not good. All right, so according to ancient Inuit legend, the Northern Lights were once trapped in the rocks along the coast of Labrador, Canada. An ancestral warrior struck the stones with his spear and freezing the lights into the sky, but a portion of the aurora's magic remained permanently trapped within the stones. Because it looks like aurora borealis. It's very beautiful. Okay, so the Rainbow Bridge. In Scandinavian mythology, labradorite is associated with the Bifrost Bridge, a shimmering rainbow path that connects Earth to Asgard, the realm of the gods. And then it is also a shaman stone. So because of its otherworldly flash, ancient druid and indigenous shamans considered labradorite a highly magical protective stone. It is believed to facilitate travel between physical and spiritual realms. So that is those are three things, three different mythologies. Let me see if I can find here we go. There's the labradorite spear, the carved piece of labradorite, and then the golden labradorite underneath. So that's what they look like this afternoon. I just put the stool by the window and snapped pictures of them. Those are labradorite. So you can see there's a difference between labradorite and moonstone. All right. That to you when you all are out and about seeing beautiful stones at gym shows, you know what you're talking about, right? I want you to know what you're talking about so that you get what you're looking for. Okay. So let me see if I can pull it. There we go. All right. So this is a great book. This is a book I use a lot for these gem and mineral shows. This is my first reference when looking up gems and minerals. And there's a lot of gems and minerals in here. The reason why I like this book And this is not, I'm not, this is not like a promotion or anything. This is just me. I want you to learn more stuff and be educated about what you're looking at. But the pictures in this book, here's a picture of Moldavite. And the book is small enough you can fit it in your backpack and take it with you so you can look up stuff, okay? So this is Crystals by Jenny Harding. And there's other gem mineral books, but this is the best one that I found with pictures of they're either faceted or they're rough. So you can tell the difference between the two and know what they look like. Sometimes when you're buying gemstones like diamonds, if you're just gonna buy it like a rough diamond, it does not look like what it looks like in the store when it comes out of the ground. It actually looks like a little bitty fluorite most of the time, a little bit fluorite. And so you want to make sure that you're actually getting that little rough diamond instead of a piece of fluorite, okay? Because it's not all shiny and stuff. It's kind of matty looking and kind of beat up and stuff. So I want to make sure that you guys are getting what you're actually looking for. And so that book, this book right here is a great book for it. And so I'll have in the show notes links and references and stuff like that for you all to check out. And that way you can learn more about gems and minerals, and you can feel more confident when you go to talk about them or ask questions, okay? The stones that we talked about tonight, again, they're the birthstones for June. Yeah. So, and that's very fun for us. It's fun for us to learn more about gemstones, the myths, the legends, why people love them so much. Okay. Hey. So, any questions about gemstones? Let me know. Next week, we're going to talk about flowers, June flowers, and florography. So that will be fun too. How to send flowers to people with like secret, ideas in them. That's how they used to do, Victorians used to do it. Okay. All right. So I'm not seeing any questions. So everyone, thank you for joining me. It was very fun for me. And have a beautiful week. Please stay safe. Be present. And remember, keep your heart open and align with energy love. And I will see you next week. Bye.